At 8:23 now on your Sunday morning. And one of the big stories this week was, of course, the U.S. Senate passing the Sunshine Protection Act to make daylight saving time permanent. Now, if that happens, one thing that would happen to us here in Colorado is no more 4:30 sunsets, but we certainly would have darker mornings. We're going to get over to Chris Bianchi in just a few moments to talk a little bit more about that. But first, we want to bring in licensed therapist Kevin Peterson with the Chronic Hope Institute to give us a little bit more insight about kind of the ramifications and the effects that would happen if this were to go down. So Kevin, let's just start with what's the bottom line with this Sunshine Protection Act?
Well, the bottom line is that initially when the daylight savings was universally adopted during World War I and then again during World War II, is that it was used to save fuel by using daylight instead of energy. And turns out that today it just doesn't work that way. All the studies show that we're using just as much energy and there's really no great savings for it.
Certainly, yeah, with the evolution of kind of technology and how everything has kind of shaped out there. But, one thing that has been really central in this conversation, if you've read anything this week around the Sunshine Protection Act, or you've listened to anything or watched it, has been this topic of mental health and the benefits or the effects just in general, what would happen to a lot of people's mental health if this were to go through. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So whenever we disrupt people's time frames, we also disrupt their natural sleep cycles, which are the circadian rhythms that were actually created in our womb, which is amazing. But what we see, all the studies show is that we get a higher level of anxiety, higher level of depression, higher level of cardiovascular incidents, more suicide risks, and more visits to the ER, and believe it or not, more car accidents during that time frame.
So would you say, Kevin, that this is kind of, if this were to happen, now I'm not saying that, this is going to be for sure, but if this were to become the new thing where we're in daylight saving time year round, is this a win for mental health then?
Absolutely. We would see this as a giant step forward for us because it helps people settle down and not have to adjust in the shift. And it would also probably minimize a lot of the seasonal affective disorder as well.
Now, Kevin, asking for a friend that has to wake up really early and go to bed really early, what would you suggest maybe if this were to happen? What do I need to do to go to bed early?
To go to bed early? Oh, my God. Exercise more, and good nutrition, good exercise, good community meditation therapy, all the basics we call mental health. I don't know who you're talking about, but sure, I get it.
No. That was actually somebody else wanted me to ask that question.
Yeah, someone.
An unnamed friend. Kevin, thank you so much. It's giving us all the advice this morning. We appreciate your time, Kevin.
Oh my gosh.